All avoidants aren't evil. All anxious attachers aren't crazy. Your attachment style explains how you relate to others. It doesn't define who you are. So when you've got people who've oftentimes been on the receiving end of, quite frankly, some shitty behavior from those with either an anxious or an avoidant attachment style, it's very easy to create this whole monolithic label for that entire population of people. Yes, my avoidant wanted me to suffer. All avoidants are malicious. All anxious attachers are crazy. They'll stalk you. That's not the case. For one, character, like I said, is completely separate. But then we also have to recognize that the behavior of people when they are in a regulated state versus when they are in a dysregulated state, and the whole survival mechanism of their brain is coming online, which that part of our brain doesn't give a shit about social cues. It doesn't really care about empathy. It cares about survival. Its whole job is to keep the organism, which is us, alive. So when it comes online, all it's interested in is in survival. It's a maladaptive response to certain behaviors. So this is why a lot of avoidance, when things are getting too intimate, getting too close, their survival mechanism kicks in and they withdraw. If we've got an anxious attacher and they're on the receiving end of sort of some constructive feedback or some criticism, or there's a little bit of a fight, their survival mechanism kicks in as well. But instead of withdrawing, they might overreact. So they might get angry. They might be having a few outbursts. So both of those behaviors come from dysregulation. So judging someone based on some of the behavior that they do when they're in a dysregulated state, it doesn't paint a whole picture of who they are. Yes, it outlines the fact that they're not very well regulated, but when you're a good person and your survival mechanism is kicking into play and it's making you do dumb things that will potentially hurt people, then we also need to consider someone's character, because you can have plenty of avoidant attachers, plenty of anxious attachers who are good people, who don't do really fucked up things to those around them. So character comes into play as well. So when you're labeling either end of the spectrum, anxious or avoidant, as they're all horrible people, they all do these disgustingly crazy and hurtful things. No, attachment style is how we relate to people. Yes, there might be some dysregulation happening, but if someone is saying things like, I want you to suffer, or they're just ill will is coming out of it, or they're doing behaviors that are really not healthy and harmful. Character is something else we have to consider. We can't blame everything on attachment styles.